The 1972 Lincoln penny was part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This specific penny honors President Abraham Lincoln, with the reverse showing the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic American symbol. It's also one of the last Lincoln pennies to be minted primarily in copper before the shift to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were intended for circulation, with no mint mark for Philadelphia and a D for Denver. However, the San Francisco Mint produced these coins as proofs, which are highly collectible. Now, what makes the 1972 S Lincoln cent unique is its proof status, represented by the S mint mark. Proof coins are known for their sharp details and mirror-like finish, making them visually distinct from regular circulated coins. These proofs were made with more attention to detail and lower production numbers, making them a must-have for many collectors. So, let's get into what everyone's wondering: the value. The 1972 S proof penny is generally more valuable than its Philadelphia or Denver counterparts due to its limited mintage and higher quality production. As of today, a typical 1972 S proof in good condition can fetch around $1 to $3. If it's graded in high condition, say proof 67 or higher, you could be looking at $10 or more. The value jumps even higher if it's in an original proof set with other 1972 coins. Now, the value of a 1972 S Lincoln cent can vary based on several factors, including its quality, condition, and whether it's been certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. The better the condition and higher the proof grade, the higher the value. Some coins in nearly perfect condition can sell for hundreds of dollars. To really appreciate the 1972 S penny, let's go back to the Lincoln cent's origins. The Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse didn't appear until 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's legacy further, replacing the earlier wheat ears design. 1973 1 cent. The history and value of the 1973 United States 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial penny. This coin might seem like a simple copper penny, but as always with coins, there's more to the story. Whether you're a collector or just curious about what's in your pocket change, let's find out what makes the 1973 penny unique. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, becoming the first U.S. coin to feature an actual person. Fast forward to 1973. And we're looking at a coin that's part of a long-standing series with a few subtle distinctions. The 1973 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which was used from 1959 until 2008. By 1973, these pennies were widely circulated and millions were produced to keep up with the demand. But despite the high mintage numbers, some 1973 pennies are worth more than just a single cent. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown. Philadelphia produced around 3.7 billion coins with no mint mark. Denver minted about 3.5 billion coins marked by a D. San Francisco only created 319 million coins as proof coins marked with an S. If you have a 1973 penny in your hand, look closely. A D or S mint mark will indicate where it was produced, while no mark means it's from Philadelphia. Unlike modern pennies, which are made mostly of zinc, the 1973 penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This gives it a heavier feel than today's pennies. The obverse side features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. A small but interesting detail: if you look very closely, you can actually see the statue of Lincoln in the center of the memorial, a tiny feature that many people miss. Now, let's talk about value. In circulated condition, a 1973 penny generally holds its face value 1 cent due to the high mintage, but coins in uncirculated condition, or those that have been graded as mint state by third-party grading services, can be worth more. Circulated condition worth face value just 1 cent. Mint state MS65 or higher can be worth up to $10 or more, especially if it has a sharp strike and nowhere marks. Proof coins from San Francisco, depending on condition, a 1973 S proof penny can range between $1 to $10. Keep in mind that high-grade coins with no wear and strong detail are the ones that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. 1973 D 1 cent. First, let's get into a bit of background on the 1973 D penny. This coin was minted in Denver, and you'll notice the small D mint mark just below the date on the front. In 1973, over 3.5 billion of these pennies were minted, making it a common year for Lincoln cents. But don't be fooled, some rare variations and high-grade examples can still command a premium. On the obverse side, you'll see President Abraham Lincoln's portrait, which has been the face of the U.S. penny since 1909. The reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. So what's the value of a 1973D penny? Well, it largely depends on the coin's condition or grade. Common circulated coins typically go for about 1 to 2 cents. However, uncirculated high-grade coins, especially those with a mint state MS rating, can fetch higher prices. In mint state grades like MS65 or higher, the 1973D penny can be worth around $5 to $10. In MS67, prices can reach up to $50 or even more, depending on the quality and eye appeal. These higher grades are rare, so if you find a pristine 1973D penny with no scratches, discoloration, or wear, it's worth setting aside. But here's where things get really interesting. Some 1973D pennies contain mint errors, which can increase their value significantly. Look out for double die errors, where parts of the coin's design appear to be doubled. Also, coins with noticeable die cracks, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes can attract collectors and add considerable value. If you're examining a 1973D penny, make sure to check carefully for any doubling on the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Even a subtle doubling can make a coin much more valuable. Keep a magnifying glass or loupe handy for closer inspection. 1973 S1 cent, United States of America. Let's kick things off with a little background. In 1973, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for over 6 decades, having first been introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By the 1970s, Lincoln pennies were a familiar sight in pockets and purses all across the country. The S Mint mark on this coin tells us it was produced in San Francisco. In 1973, the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, as well as some regular business strikes for collectors in general circulation. This particular coin was minted as the U.S. faced economic challenges, making people think more carefully about money and sometimes about the coins in their pockets. Now let's take a closer look at the design of the 1973 S penny. The front or obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner. This design has been in use for over a century. The reverse side shows the image of the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears design. Under close inspection, you'll find intricate details like the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside the memorial, a hallmark of these memorial back pennies. You're probably wondering how many of these were made. Well, in 1973, the San Francisco Mint produced around 319 million Lincoln pennies, including both proofs and circulation strikes. This number may sound large, but keep in mind that mintages for Lincoln pennies often go into the billions. The proof coins, made especially for collectors, were struck with greater precision and are generally valued higher than their circulated counterparts. All right, let's get to the exciting part, the value of this coin. For a 1973 S penny in typical circulated condition, it's usually worth face value, just a single cent. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated or proof condition, it could be worth more. Here's a rough breakdown. Circulated condition, these usually fetch about face value. In uncirculated condition, depending on quality, an uncirculated 1973 S penny might be worth up to $1. Proof condition for proof coins, which are the most valuable among the 1973 S pennies, prices can range from $1 to $5 or more, depending on condition and grading. Coins graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC can command even higher values, especially if they receive a high grade like PR69 or PR70. One thing to keep an eye out for is any unusual varieties or errors. Some coins may have double die errors, especially in the date or lettering, which can add a premium. Other errors like off-center strikes may also be worth more to collectors. So it's always worth checking your 1973 S penny closely or even having it examined by a professional. 1974 1 cent. The 1974 1 cent coin series. This includes the 1974 Philadelphia, 1974 D from Denver, and the 1974 S minted in San Francisco. These coins have their unique histories, designs, and in some cases a market value that can surprise you. Our first stop is the 1974 1 cent coin minted in Philadelphia. While many might dismiss these coins as ordinary pennies, they hold more significance than meets the eye. In 1974, America was amidst a period of significant social and economic change. With the aftermath of the Vietnam War and the ongoing Watergate scandal, the nation was seeing substantial shifts in its cultural landscape. Even the humble penny reflected the economic strain, with rising copper prices impacting production. In fact, it was in 1974 that the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum cents, but they never circulated. The copper penny, like the one we'll explore, continued to be the standard for that year. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse, or the head side, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner back in 1909. This image has remained largely untouched since its debut, capturing Lincoln's determined gaze to symbolize strength and resilience. The reverse side, meanwhile, showcases the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959. If you look closely, you can even spot a tiny image of Lincoln seated within the memorial, a tribute to his legacy. 3. Mintage and rarity. 1974 was a prolific year for penny production, with over 4 billion coins minted in Philadelphia alone. That high mintage number typically makes these coins less rare in circulated condition. However, high-grade versions, particularly those in pristine uncirculated or even proof condition, hold greater value in the collector's market. Now let's talk value. In general, circulated 1974 Philadelphia pennies aren't worth more than face value. However, uncirculated coins can fetch anywhere from $5 to $15 if they're in near perfect condition. In 2019, a pristine MS67 grade penny from this year sold for around $2,300, proving that condition really matters. Errors make any coin more appealing, and the 1974 1-cent coin has its share. Look out for double die-up versus DDOs, where lettering appears slightly doubled. While rare, these errors can push a penny's value up to several $100s depending on the degree of doubling and the condition. 6. Collector interest. Though not extremely rare, the Philadelphia 1974 penny is a staple in any collection. Its historical context and the potential for high-grade value make it appealing for both novice and seasoned collectors. If you have one in top condition, hold on to it. You never know when its value could climb. 1974 D 1 cent. Next, we turn our attention to the 1974 D penny, produced in Denver. While it shares many similarities with its Philadelphia counterpart, this coin has its own unique characteristics in collecting value. 1. Historical context. Just like the Philadelphia penny, the Denver version came out during a time of high copper prices and political change. The U.S. Mint was under pressure to manage production costs, and they minted over 4.2 billion pennies in Denver that year to meet demand. 2. Design features. The design on the Denver coin remains consistent with the Philadelphia penny, bearing Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The primary difference here is the small D mint mark under the year, indicating it was minted in Denver. This subtle detail is crucial for collectors because it distinguishes the coin's origin. 3. Mintage and rarity. The 1974 D penny saw even higher mintage numbers than the Philadelphia version, making it quite common. Yet high-grade versions from Denver can also be valuable. Denver coins tend to show better strikes than Philadelphia pennies, and MS65 or higher grades are quite desirable. 4. Market value. In circulated condition, the 1974 D penny is typically worth no more than face value. However, uncirculated examples can bring in $3 to $10 depending on condition. In 2017, an MS68 graded 1974 D penny sold for $2,200 at auction, a testament to the premium placed on top quality coins. 5. Known errors. Look out for any doubling errors on the 1974 D penny, especially around the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." These errors are rare but highly collectible and can increase a penny's value substantially, often to over $100 in high grade. 6. Collector interest. While most 1974 D pennies are common, top-grade uncirculated coins are a different story. Collectors appreciate Denver pennies for their generally sharper strikes and seek out high-condition examples. If you come across a near-mint 1974 D penny, it might be worth adding to your collection or even getting it graded. 1974 S 1 cent. Last but not least, we have the 1974 S penny from the San Francisco Mint, a coin that stands out for its lower mintage and unique collector appeal. The San Francisco Mint is known for producing fewer circulation coins, focusing mainly on proof coinage, but in 1974 it produced about 420 million pennies for circulation. This makes the 1974 S penny scarcer than its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts, but not exceptionally rare. 2. Design features. Once again, the 1974 S penny bears the same Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The defining feature is the small S mint mark under the date, indicating its San Francisco origin. This mint mark makes the coin particularly appealing to collectors. 3. Mintage and rarity. Although San Francisco didn't produce as many pennies as the other mints, 420 million is still a significant number. However, finding a high-grade 1974 S penny can be challenging, making those in top condition more valuable than typical circulation coins. 4. Market value. For circulated 1974 S pennies, value usually remains at face, but in uncirculated or proof condition, 1974 S pennies can be valued at $10 to $20 or more. An MS66 graded 1974 S penny once sold for around $1,800, showing that condition can turn an ordinary penny into a valuable collector's item. 5. Known errors. The 1974 S also has occasional error coins like double dies and off-center strikes. While these errors are rare, they're highly collectible and values can range into the hundreds depending on error severity. 6. Collector interest. Due to its unique S mint mark and the fact that it was produced in smaller numbers, the 1974 S penny holds a special place in collections. It's popular among penny collectors and those building a mint mark series of coins. If you have one in excellent condition, it could be worth getting it professionally graded. The 2017 P Shield penny marked a notable moment in U.S. mint history. While the Philadelphia Mint had been producing cents since 1793, none had ever featured the P mint mark until this 2017 release. This was part of a special commemorative choice by the U.S. Mint in recognition of its 225th anniversary. The 2017 P penny is the first and only U.S. cent to feature the P mint mark, making it a unique addition for any collector. 2. Design features. The shield design on the penny, which debuted in 2010, symbolizes the nation's strength and unity. Designed by Lindell Base, the shield features 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, unified by a single horizontal bar. The coin's obverse continues to bear the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner over a century ago in 1909. This shield design replaced the previous Lincoln Memorial reverse that had been on the penny since 1959, bringing a fresh look to the iconic 1-cent piece. 3. Mintage. The mintage for the 2017 P penny was incredibly high, with over 4.6 billion produced. This substantial mintage might initially suggest the coin isn't rare. However, because of the historic P mint mark, collectors quickly took notice. Despite the high mintage, well-preserved examples, particularly those in high grades, remain of interest to collectors due to the unique history of this coin. Market value. Circulated 2017 P pennies are readily available, often at face value. However, uncirculated or high-grade examples graded MS67 and above can fetch a premium. MS67 coins typically range between $20 and $50, while coins graded MS68 have sold for significantly more, sometimes around $200 or more, depending on quality and demand. It's worth noting that, due to the high mintage, only coins in exceptional condition command higher prices. 5. Errors and varieties. Error coins are always popular among collectors, and the 2017 P penny has its share. Common errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. One of the more sought-after errors is the double die on the obverse, where parts of Lincoln's profile or text elements show doubling. These can bring values upwards of $100, depending on the visibility of the error and coin condition. 6. Collector interest. The 2017 P penny has attracted substantial collector interest. Its unique mint mark and high mintage mean that while it's not exceedingly rare, it remains a memorable part of U.S. numismatic history. That many collectors seek high-grade examples or error varieties to add to their sets, appreciating the coin for both its historical significance and aesthetic appeal. 2014 D Shield penny coin. 1. Historical context. The 2014 D Shield penny continues the modern shield design, representing the unity of the 13 original colonies under a single nation. The coin was minted during a period when the U.S. Mint emphasized efficient production and cost management due to the rising cost of materials. While the penny's face value is 1 cent, the cost of producing it remains higher than its actual value, leading to ongoing discussions about whether to phase out the penny in the future. 2. Design features. As with other shield pennies, the 2014 D features a shield design on the reverse, symbolizing strength and unity. The obverse displays Abraham Lincoln's portrait, celebrating over 100 years on the 1-cent coin. Minted in Denver, this coin bears the D mint mark, distinguishing it from its Philadelphia counterpart and appealing to collectors of mint-specific varieties. The Denver Mint produced approximately 4.1 billion shield pennies in 2014. While this mintage isn't as high as other years, it still qualifies as significant. Collectors seeking perfect or near-perfect specimens will focus on coins graded at MS67 or higher, as these remain challenging to find due to minor flaws typically present from mass production. Market value. Circulated 2014 D Shield pennies typically hold face value. However, high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those in MS67 and MS68, can command prices from $15 to $100. Top-grade specimens are particularly prized among collectors due to their scarcity, considering the large volume produced with minor imperfections from the minting process. For error collectors, the 2014 D Shield penny offers intriguing varieties. Notable errors include die cracks, which can appear near the shield or Lincoln's profile, and off-center strikes. Another interesting variety is the double die error, especially on the obverse, where doubled features on Lincoln's face or the text can attract collector interest. Prices for error coins range widely but can fetch a few dollars to over $100 based on error type and coin condition. The 2014 D Shield penny is popular among collectors due to its role in the ongoing Shield penny series and its affordable entry point. This coin is a perfect example for beginner collectors and those interested in compiling a complete set of modern pennies. While circulated coins are easy to find, uncirculated or error coins remain appealing to a wide range of collectors. 2015 Shield Penny coin. The 2015 Shield Penny was minted as part of the modern Shield series, continuing the design tradition established in 2010. This was a time when the U.S. Mint continued producing pennies at a high rate despite discussions about potentially eliminating the coin due to production costs. For now, the penny endures, and each annual release adds another chapter to its storied history. The 2015 Shield Penny's reverse displays the distinctive shield design, a powerful emblem of American unity. The obverse showcases Lincoln's profile as it has for over a century. This continuity in design maintains a sense of tradition, connecting new generations to the nation's founding values. While subtle, the detailing on the 2015 penny is crisp and reflective of modern minting techniques. 3. Mintage. The 2015 Shield Penny had a high mintage, with billions produced across both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Exact mintage numbers vary, but the availability of these coins in circulation reflects the sheer volume minted. Despite the high mintage, finding pristine uncirculated coins remains challenging due to typical wear and handling after release. 4. Market value. For circulated 2015 Shield Pennies, the market value remains at face value. However, uncirculated coins in top condition MS67 and above can bring values of around $10 to $40, with MS68 examples going even higher, often surpassing $100 in the right market conditions. The highest grade coins are scarce due to minor imperfections that affect most coins. 5. Errors and varieties. The 2015 Shield Penny offers a variety of errors and valuable features for collectors. Double die obverse and reverse errors, die cracks, and off-center strikes are all notable. The double die varieties, especially those with significant doubling on the shield, or "In God We Trust," are sought after. These error coins can command significant premiums depending on visibility and grade, sometimes exceeding $100 for prominent examples. Despite its common appearance in circulation, the 2015 Shield Penny remains popular among collectors, especially those interested in maintaining a complete set of Lincoln cents. With its high mintage, circulated versions are easy to find, but high-grade and error coins keep collectors engaged. The shield design itself has become emblematic of the modern penny, making it an essential piece in any U.S. penny collection. 2015 Shield Penny. The Shield Penny was first introduced in 2010 as a fresh design under the ongoing Lincoln Cent series. After 50 years of the memorial reverse design, this new image aimed to symbolize the unity and strength of the United States while still honoring Lincoln's legacy. The shield design celebrates American resilience and the nation's unity after the Civil War, fittingly encapsulated by a 13-striped shield, which harkens back to the 13 original colonies. Design features of the 2015 Shield Penny. Let's take a closer look at the 2015 penny. Like other shield cents, it features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been in use since 1909. On the reverse, the design by Lyndall Base shows a large shield with the words 1 cent prominently displayed across the shield center. Above the shield is the familiar phrase "E pluribus unum," meaning "out of many, one." This phrase further reinforces the coin's symbolic message of unity. Mintage of the 2015 Shield Penny. The Denver Mint produced approximately 4.5 billion 2015 pennies, a substantial mintage that underscores its role as a widely circulated coin. Despite the high number, many collectors are still on the lookout for pristine and error-free examples, especially in high-grade conditions, which can make these coins more valuable. Market value and collectible appeal. In circulated condition, the 2015 penny typically holds a value close to its face value. However, when found in uncirculated or high mint state grades such as MS67 or higher, these pennies can fetch prices between $10 and $50 depending on the grade. As modern pennies go, finding a well-preserved 2015 coin can be challenging due to wear from circulation. 5. Known errors and variety. One of the key factors that make the 2015 Shield Penny intriguing to collectors is the potential for errors. Some errors to watch out for include double dia versus ditos, where minor doubling on letters like Liberty or In God We Trust can be observed. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and cuds are other error varieties found on some 2015 pennies. These unique errors can increase the coin's value significantly, sometimes pushing it up to $100 or more. 6. Collector interest and wrap-up for 2015 Shield Penny. While the 2015 penny might seem like an everyday coin, its symbolic design, collectible appeal, and error varieties make it worth paying attention to. So if you come across a 2015 penny in excellent condition or with a notable error, consider holding on to it. It could be a hidden gem in your collection. The 2018 Shield Penny continued the design introduced in 2010. Reflecting both continuity and modernity in U.S. coinage. Although it might seem recent, even these newer pennies are beginning to capture interest among collectors, especially as high-quality examples are hard to come by due to the mass production process. The 2018 Shield Penny. 2018 Shield penny retains the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse paired with the shield design on the reverse, representing strength and unity. With a copper-plated zinc composition, this penny weighs about 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 m in diameter, aligning with U.S. the mint standards for pennies since 1982. In 2018, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 5.7 billion pennies, which means this coin is abundant in circulation. However, because of this large number, high-grade specimens are harder to find, with fewer surviving in pristine condition as they enter circulation and undergo wear. Given its recent mintage, the 2018 Shield penny generally holds face value in circulated condition, but in MS67 and higher grades, it becomes significantly more appealing, with prices reaching between $10 and $40. Collectors and investors often search for the highest quality coins, as modern coins and premium grades are harder to find. Even recent pennies like the 2018 issue have a range of collectible errors. Double dies, especially on the obverse, are among the most sought-after varieties, where doubling can be seen in Liberty or other inscriptions. Another popular error includes die chips, often forming small blobs around letters or parts of the shield. Such errors can elevate the coin's value considerably, and coins with distinct errors have been known to reach up to $100 or more in the collector's market. The 2018 penny might be young, but it's already proving popular among collectors for its affordability, error varieties, and appeal in high grades. So next time you find a 2018 penny in your change, take a closer look. You might just discover an error worth keeping. The 2014 Shield penny. The 2014 Shield penny marks another year in the modern Shield cent series, introduced to reinforce the themes of unity and resilience. It stands out as one of the early examples in the series, especially as collectors look back on the first Shield pennies a decade later. Just like other Shield pennies, the 2014 version showcases the famous Lincoln profile on the obverse, a tribute to his enduring legacy. The reverse displays the shield, a symbol of the nation's resilience. Copper-plated and zinc-based, this penny shares the same specifications as other Lincoln cents produced since 1982. With approximately 4 billion 2014 pennies minted by the Philadelphia Mint, this coin isn't particularly scarce in circulated condition. However, finding high-grade examples can still be a challenge, and these well-preserved coins are valued by collectors who seek out pristine versions of this design. In circulated condition, the 2014 penny is generally worth its face value, but in high mint state grades such as MS6 or MMS67, it can command higher prices in the collector market. At these grades, the 2014 Shield penny can range from $10 to $30, though particularly well-struck examples with full detail may reach even higher values. Errors are always a highlight in any coin series, and the 2014 Shield penny is no exception. Some of the well-known errors include die cracks, which appear as small raised lines due to imperfections in the die, and double dies, where parts of the design appear to have been struck twice, creating a unique double effect. Collectors especially prize these errors, which can raise the coin's value up to $100 depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. 2013 D Shield penny. The 2013 D Lincoln Shield penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as you can tell by the D Mint mark right below the year. This particular design, known as the Shield Reverse, was introduced in 2010 and is still in use today. The design on the front, or obverse, features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the back, or reverse, we have the Union Shield, which represents unity and preservation of the United States during and after the Civil War. The shield design replaced the Lincoln Memorial, which was on the reverse from 1959 to 2008, adding a modern touch while honoring American history. The shield reverse features a striking design with 13 vertical stripes and a horizontal bar, symbolizing the original 13 colonies and unity under the federal government. At the top, you'll see the words E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. This phrase perfectly captures the spirit of unity that the shield represents. Designed by artist Lyndall Bass, the shield symbol also recalls the Civil War era, which Lincoln is deeply associated with. In 2013, over 3.5 billion Lincoln Shield pennies were minted in Denver alone. This high mintage means that the 2013 D Shield penny is generally common, but there are some factors that can make specific 2013 D pennies worth more than face value. When it comes to value, condition is key. Most circulated 2013 D Shield pennies are worth only their face value of 1 cent, but if you have one in uncirculated mint state condition, it could be worth a little more. For example, coins graded MS65 or higher might fetch around 30 to 50 cents on the collector's market. The highest graded coins, such as those in MS67 or MS68 condition, can even go for a few dollars depending on demand. To give you an idea, a 2013 D Lincoln Shield penny in MS68 condition could sell for $10 or more at auction. The reason for this higher price is simple. Top-grade coins are much rarer, especially among modern pennies that often enter circulation quickly and pick up scratches, nicks, and other marks. Another thing to look out for are errors. Error coins are rare varieties that come from mistakes in the minting process. Some 2013 D Shield pennies may show errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks. These errors can increase the value, especially if they are pronounced. For instance, a penny with a noticeable off-center strike could be worth anywhere from $10 to $50 depending on the severity. Double die varieties, where parts of the design appear doubled, can also attract attention from collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins, you might just have a penny worth several dollars or more. So is the 2013 D-Shield penny worth holding on to? In most cases, these pennies won't be worth more than face value, especially if they're heavily circulated. But finding one in pristine condition or with an error can make a big difference. As always, if you're serious about collecting, consider getting your coin professionally graded to determine its exact value.